111 and 1 bid.
Make 3 145 even.
On the saddle, baby. Horse is coming up and down. Ride him hard, ride him hard. One down. That's the derby, baby. Here we come, top of the stretch now. We're coming to the top of the stretch. This is it. Now everyone opens up. Here they come. They're coming. Finish. Here comes the wire. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom.
I had a great career. Won almost 4,000 races, 108 million in purses. So I had a great career, but it was only getting better. But I thought, how much better could it get?
Perfect. Right at course.
Y'all have a good day.
Okay.
So y'all
Love you.
Love you.
I love you.
Be right back.
Here's 007, now firing throughout the fence. Lunar Bounty is right there. Tinker is also closing ground. Ammonium on the outside. They race past the 16th pole. It is 007 on neck in front. Shane Sellers at 007. 007 has won the spectacular bid.
To my left is Shane Sellers as we once again say welcome back to you in the winner's circle in a $75,000 stake race today on a 2-year-old. It felt pretty good, didn't it?
I really did. It's very emotional for me, you know, to come back, and I think this will be my last race I'm going to ride. After the next race, I'm going to go back home and consult with my doctors, and my knee's just not good, and I tried to hang in there as long as I could, and the pain is just too much, and you know, I just feel this is a good way to go out and go back home and regroup and see if
I was on a young horse for Claiborne Farms, and something spooked him. I fell off. I tried to grab him and hold on to him, and he stepped on my knee, and the way my kneecap went the other way, I just knew something bad had happened.
Mr. Telley, I think that announcement caught us all off a little off guard here this afternoon. I mean, he is just a first-class rider, and we will dearly miss Shane Sellers.
I don't know if I'll ever be able to ride racehorses again, and that's a scary, scary thought. I don't know what I'm going to do. That's what I've done since I'm 11 years old. I don't know how to do nothing else. You know, 14 months I've sat on my hands at home, outside of rehabbing in my basement, in my gym, and taking the kids to school and stuff. You know, that's a couple hours out of the day. I don't know what to do. I've done this for 23 years of my life. So it's time that I need to move on with my life. I either have to get back to riding or find something else to do. And at this point, I can't do nothing else because I'm still clinging to that hope that I can ride again. That 2 minutes, weighing 112 pounds and guiding these 1,000-pound animals around there in a pack of 5, 6, 7, 8 to 10 of them is quite a thrill. Becoming not two, but one, you and the horse becoming one. It's an unbelievable feeling, crossing that finish line in front and having that moment. For that race, you're the winner.
Skipway might pull it off. Here comes Skipway. Here's the finish, and it is. I believe Skipway got it. Shane Sellers thinks so. It was very close.
It's a rush. It's an addiction. It's an addiction that we all have in the game of horse racing.
When I was growing up on the tracks and watching the riders come out dressed up, nice clothes, you know, nice cars, and have all the money, they make it look a lot easier than what it really is. You get in your car and go 40 miles an hour down the road and jump out and hit the ground. Tell me how tough you're gonna be then. You know, you gotta know how to take the falls and hold the horses, and so it's a lot more to it than what they think. It ain't quite the, I guess, a limelight job. You gotta watch everything out there. It's a whole different story as far as watching it from eye level, sitting in the pack with all the dirt and stuff, you know, changing gobbles and switching sticks and picking your horse up. And if somebody goes down in front of you, you gotta be able to think in an instant. Do I have to go in or do I have to go out? It's just all focus. That's why I love this job. And to go out there and run last 4 or 5 times is great because you're still coming home alive.
Hey Chris, man, you been all right?
Been doing? You?
Yeah, you doing good?
I rode 35 horses over the summer.
Hey, right, boy.
Most of us come from poor families, no education. That's your way out, is riding racehorses. And you can become a professional athlete at 16 years old. There's not another sport like it. Chris came to me and he didn't have any money. And I gave him his saddle, I gave him his boots, I gave him his pants, I gave him girts, I gave him everything he needed to ride. I gave him my pants, he wore my pants. And I just took a liking to him because I knew outside of being a jockey, what else there was for him? What else was there for him to do? His mom was raised on the backside. He was raised on the backside. He's a racetracker. He's a racetracker. That's all he knows. Being a rider was one of the best avenues for him, and he loved it. So I basically kind of took him under my wing and tried to guide him as best as I could, because I've been down that road before.
One more picture?
Yes.
Mrs. James Ben Ally Hagen makes the trophy presentation. Joining the winning connections in the winner's circle, Shane Sellers and Randy Romero.
every day, every minute, every hour when I was riding. I slept it, I ate it, and I shit it. That's all I could do was the horse was, you know, I wanted to be devoted to that. My first race I rode, I was 8 years old, weighed 69 pounds. And they let the horse go, and I pulled him up myself. And I said I wanted to be a jockey, and that's what I did. I got a lot of experience young of exercising, getting balance, and you learn how to whip, you learn how to keep horses straight, and just learning pacing. And you get an edge from the other guys that's starting behind you. But the Cajun riders can get a license when they're 8 years old. I was about 19, 20. I was making about $8,000 a week. But later on, when I get to bigger and better rides, I was making up to $18,000, $20,000 a week. I rode 10 derbies. I've been to England, Hong Kong, and I've been to Japan. Jockeys are stars, you know.
Here comes Bryant's time. Bryant's time with Randy Romero is flying up after 49er. They come down to the wire. On the outside, Bryant's time, 49er. Their noses apart. Bryant's time, the nose of the wire.
Randy, you made it look awful easy out there today.
Well, I said the first quarter like I wanted, and she was very done at one ten herself, and I wasn't being pressed the first quarter of the mile. And you had the race won then.
Randy, he's basically taught me everything I know. Not panicking whenever you're in tight position. Wait to run down the stretch, that's where it all counts at, you know, and he just had a lot of calmness to him.
Watching him ride in his early days, Randy was strong, looked beautiful on the horse. He was a picture. Well, I saw him go in the jocks room there. He literally had a broken arm. And he rode the Derby with a broken arm. That's what Randy is. When you see what he's went through his whole career, the guy looks like he's invincible. And he believes that in his mind. There's nothing he can't do.
Broke my shoulder, my elbow, femur, pelvis, broke both knees and ankle. I was riding Go for One in the British Cup DISTAFF. It's just like the Olympics. It's the ultimate.
Number 2 is Go for One. Her name suggests a wand to wave away bad luck, and she has been magic.
One more in behind the gate. Nestorian moves into line. We're ready for a start. And they're off. And it's a perfect start with Valet Maid going for the lead.
My mare breaks running. I wanted to break running because I'm closer to the fence.
Gretchen Bayakoa is eager for the lead.
They thought I was gonna chase her, Bayakoa, but I didn't. I played the game. They was gonna chase me.
A chess game down the back stretch. Randy Romero moves with Go for One. Pinkai counters with Bayakoa, and those two, the tempo quickening now, and a clash of champions midway around the far turn here at Belmont.
I could hear him around the 5/16 pole, urging his mare to come to me, and he couldn't come to me.
They're in a cutthroat duel. Go for One, holding on to a short lead. Bayakoa is right at her throat, and they have dueled through 3/4 of a mile in 1:10 and 2. Bayakoa on the outside, a short lead. Go for One is unwavering toward the rail.
And in my heart, I was the strength, I was the power at the time it happened, because I was in front.
A dramatic DISTAFF. Go for One, grimly holding on. Bayakoa right there. They both, and a tragedy as Go for One has fallen at the 16th hole, and 55,000 here in shocked disbelief as Go for One has broken down at the 16th hole.
I could see her corner of my eye after I had fell and hit the ground. And I could see it, her leg was flopping. And she was just trying to run to get to the wire. Still trying to run.
Front leg collapsing, and jockey Randy Romero, who rode Go for One,
to the Juvenile Filly Championship at the Breeders' Cup in Gulfstream Park last year. And here they are dueling, one a mirror of the other throughout the entire race. Go for One on the inside and Viaco on the outside. Battle to the wire.
I was the man. I was the winner the time it happened so far.
A wrong step, a turn, a twist, and Go for One will go down. There it is.
And it happened so damn fast. I mean, we're talking about splits of a second. It went, chum.
Randy Romero going to the track, and it is rapidly turning into the most tragic day in American horse racing history. A hollow victory indeed.
They had to destroy her. Right now, I could just picture it.
Battling head and head with the equally valiant Go for One. Randy Romero on the backboard being lifted onto the stretcher.
I didn't think I was hurting that bad, but I was. I was just still a lot of shock, you know.
Ambulance after a spill in the first race.
I had 6 hairline fractures and a hairline shoulder.
Bob Newmeyer has the winning trainer, Ron McIntyre.
I rode 2 races later that afternoon. I shouldn't have rode, but I did.
Harley, are you tired? Where's your ball?
I'm not one over there.
You won't play with me.
I stay with my mom right now, and a lot of people ask me why you always take your mom with you. Or,
Tired?
well, you only got one mom, and she's gonna be there regardless if you're winning or if you're losing.
What do you do? Push him down?
Yeah, he'll go up on the porch over there.
Living like I do. I mean, I'm, what, 45 years old? And look what I have. I have my car. That's all I have. Their chances of having a life after being all those years on the track are slim and none. I've seen guys that are still struggling, you know? But then you look at Randy and Shane and you say, you can do it. You can do it.
It's all right.
He would wear a solar suit and also wrap like thick beach towels around his neck.
There you go.
And jog out in the summertime.
Kick your leg up now. 2 more, okay? Daddy's leg hurts. 2 more.
Sometimes he even sat in his truck in the summertime with his heater full blast, just losing weight.
Good one. Good pitch.
He would come in from jogging and he was so weak already, he would just kind of like fall onto the floor, and then he'd ask me to help him, you know, and then wrap him up in the blankets. And it was just sad because, I mean, he was on the verge of passing out, really, you know, and I felt like I was, you know, I was almost having to help him do it, which I'm against, but in the same sense, you know, I needed to help him. So it's just, it's a sad thing.
Okay, you want to come cheer now?
No.
All right. Oh, when I was a cheerleader, that's how I would do. That was my favorite move right there. All right.
Now I'm used to seeing him like this. I can't imagine him losing 22 more pounds, you know? And you can just tell, like, as he starts losing the weight, his face starts getting, you know, sunken in, and it's kind of sad.
I bought 5 or 6 of them. I know when I go into a dealership, they say, okay, this is the book. This is what I need for it. The thing is that people don't know it. People don't know what riders go through. It's a secret. It's a kept secret. When I started, I weighed 116 pounds when I was 16 years old, and I went to the racetrack, and the first horse I rode, I had 107 pounds on him, and I went to the jockey. I said, I can't make 107 pounds. I said, what do I have to do? So the older riders, they took me, first thing they did was took me to the back, to the bathroom. And first thing they did was taught me how to heave. What I did eat that I couldn't keep, I would have to get rid of. If I needed to take off 2, 3, 4 pounds, I had to get in the sweat box and take off water weight before I rode. That's not counting the Lasix that you take to pee X amount of water out. And you got to go and ride 5, 6, 7, sometimes 10 races a day.
Well, there are literally times that I hit the wire and tried to pull my horse up, and I was seeing dots and just too weak to pull him up.
The next day you come in, you got to get back in that box and pull 5, 6, 7 pounds. Every day, every day.
But keeping your body at 106, 108 pounds all the time, stripped, soaking wet, it takes a lot. I was in a sauna, and it's a hot box that you go and you sit down in it, and I hit a light bulb and it blew up. And it went vroom. I could see the flames on my back. That is the worstest pain. And I had broken legs too. There's nothing like burn. Nothing. And I was burning 60% of my body. I was very fortunate to live. I'm so lucky.
A stake race is a big thing. As far as how much it's for, I don't know. But for him to go down there and ride is a big deal. Chris, you almost ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I'd like to welcome aboard Flight 808, service Birmingham, continuing on to New Orleans. Currently, Birmingham showing 42 degrees, partly cloudy skies.
We should go talk to that trainer that you ride that horse for today.
Bobby?
Yeah, and get a little feedback.
We'll go down there.
Okay. It's a tough race, but she's got a chance.
You know, she does.
Yeah.
She, you know, got burned out at the race at Keeneland. You know, that just went too fast, the first part of it. So maybe we can control her a little bit today.
You know, she just, one of them fillies, you know, she's a little nervous, and you just kind of got to get her to relax the best you can.
Maybe get lucky. All right.
See you all this afternoon.
Okay.
Okay, Chris.
It's a team of 3. They're working right there. They've got another 1/8 of a mile to go.
Academic Angel, a most promising bay daughter of Royal Academy and Magic Lass, is raced by Cashmark Farm, trained by Steve Asmussen.
Go rock 'em, Bo.
You want to try?
Try to win a race.
You want to try?
Try to make some money.
Get your ass in that box. You got to the 9th race. Yeah, but I mean, he told me to get in weight right now. I mean, if I give him 12. Well, just tell him, say I'm be 14, but I'm fixing to get in the box. I think I can do lighter than that. I got all the money. Don't get in the habit of not doing your weight. That's the last thing you want to see is that bug boy can't do his weight. Well, I mean, I knew you want to be a fucking rider. It ain't easy. I can get your ass in there instead. I'm gonna go get in the box. I'm gonna try to do lighter than that. But I'm gonna go get in. I gotta tell him now. If your horse is in with like 116 or something, and you're 15 stripped, you gotta pull a couple pounds because you gotta be 16 with your saddle and boots and pants. Yesterday, I sweated like 6 pounds. I know a few people that pull 11, 10, 11 pounds. And you can't drink nothing until after you ride.
Seven minutes to post for the Thelma. Five, Vicky Valancourt for Ron and Ricky Brzezinski. Hugh Robinson is the trainer. Robbie Alvarado has the call. Number 6, Bielks, raced by John Franks. Prepared by Bobby Barnett. Ridden by Chris Rosier. 7, Flick, raced by James Stone. Arriving at the gate. Lake Lady comes away pretty well. Bielks about the first into stride, leading early. Glenbriar Girl pushing through to her inside. Purple Princess coming down the outer. Flick is a close fourth, followed by Victory Road. Lake Lady 6th with 5/8 to go. Further back to Grey Vicky Valancourt, 2 in front of Land, turning for home in the Thelma Stakes. And Glenbriar Girl shows the way by 2 lengths to Flick. Lake Lady now leading up boldly. Lake Lady taking the lead now. Lake Lady getting away. Glenbriar Girl. Lake Lady is going to open up a stakes.
Vicky Valancourt was second at 1.
Come in, Mark.
Yeah.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome back the winner of the Thelma Stakes. Donnie Mesh is the winning jockey. There'll be a carryover of $6,725.
I run 8th on the horse, and then I got paid $85. I didn't have enough horse.
We tried to run her. We entered her twice at Churchill and entered her twice here.
Yeah.
All right, kid, you be around?
Yeah, I'll be around.
Okay.
Other than the top 10, 20% of riders, you're just going along day to day, paying your bills if you can pay your bills. There's no contracts. You don't know if you're going to ride one horse this week and be able to ride him again the next week. Pay scale for riders is 10% off to the win, 5% second, 5% third. Fourth in the Kentucky Derby is $65, $100.
In doing this, the believer will actually perform the righteousness to which the law could only point. You know, and a lot of times I see you guys out there, you know, especially when one of you all go down, you know, how you always come to each other's aid, you know, and whenever we're in there praying for one another. You know, we're praying for needs that sometimes only the Lord can handle. And let us all close with, Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. And give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
Oh, great. That'll be okay.
All right.
She'll like it. She'll love it.
All right. How's Chris?
Oh, he's feeling better. He's feeling a little bit better. He's getting discouraged.
Yeah.
He doesn't have no mounts for Friday.
No?
So he says, well, I'm going to come back. I said, Chris, it's only been open for 3 days.
Yeah.
It'll be all right.
You know, like I told him when he started, you know, the game is very tough. He's reducing hard, you know, and it takes its toll on you mentally. And then on top of it, you know, having no mounts on Friday, and you want to be in that jock's room and riding something.
Right.
And it's tough to keep your head up. Some days ride some days not ride none. It's just the nature of the business, you know.
Well, he said, maybe I should have just gone back to Turfway. He said, I don't know. He's got to go where he can make money. I don't know.